Hello everyone. Today we want to talk about Ielts, and for most of our viewers, you already know that Ielts is an exam for English proficiency, and as the acronym states, Ielts stands for International English Language Testing System, and it is also known as English for International Opportunities. A lot of people would already be preparing for Ielts for maybe Canada immigration, for further studies abroad, for work visas, or even professional courses. Now, there are some tips and guidelines you need to note when you are practicing for any of these examinations. Firstly, if you want to practice take for instance, the very first exam you write on the Ielts, which is the Ielts examination that focuses on the speaking skills. You need to know some major things and some major composures you need to have when you are actually preparing for that examination. Now, firstly, for the speaking test, it is going to be an interactive section between you and your examiner. You are going to be in front of the examiner talking to the examiner. So it's not like a written examination. You are not going to be really writing anything except for the times when you have to write your outline. But even with the outline, they are not looking at what you are writing in the outline. They are just looking at what you are going to be speaking, what you will be saying during the course of the examination. And what happens in the speaking test is that you will get recorded. Now, the examiner in front of you will grade you, but also the person that listens to you speak is also going to grade you, and that person may be in Canada, maybe in Australia, in U.S., in UK, anywhere they may fit. But there's something that you have to be taking note of when you are taking the speaking test, and that is the fact that you have to make use of confidence. A lot of people would always talk about technical skills, but there are some psychological skills you need to learn, you need to abide by when you are taking that test. Now, when you make use of confidence, there's something that confidence gives you. Even if you say things the wrong way, the way you say it will show that you have the proficiency of that language. And maybe perhaps because you have exam fright, or maybe because you are rushing or things like that, that is why you didn't make use of the language well, and you still get good marks. The band score 7.0 is not for someone that doesn't make mistakes, but it's someone that continues to communicate even after making mistakes. So that's the very first thing. You have to use confidence. Secondly, you have to use emotions. If, for instance, they ask you a question that relates to your achievements, they say talk about something that you are so proud of in terms of your achievement, when it was, where you actually achieved that thing, how you felt during the periods when people were congratulating you about that achievement. You would agree with me that you won't want to talk about such a thing without showing how excited you are when you actually achieve that thing. So you have to show excitement, you have to be happy, you have to show ecstasy while you are actually speaking about that achievement. And if it's something that you were not so fond of, you were not so happy about, you have to show a little sadness. They won't mark your feelings, neither would they mark your confidence. But these things would always help you in how you speak and show proficiency in the English language, which will now later earn you mark. Now, the third tip that I'm going to give you today is that when you are speaking, do not attempt to actually not make mistakes. Now, this is a counterintuitive tip. When you are attempting not to make mistakes, you now finally make mistakes that will even be too much. But when you are speaking to communicate, speaking to express, not speaking to impress, then you'll be able to now develop yourself. You'll be able to free yourself with the examiner to talk more. And with that, you might make little mistakes. You might even make some mistakes that you'll not be able to correct while you are talking. But with that level of spontaneity, they will feel you have fluency in the English language, and that will allow you to get more marks. Now, those are the 3 psychological tips I will give you for today. I want you to watch the next video. In the next video, I'm going to give you 3 other technical skills that you need to actually have in order to succeed in your Ielts speaking.